If you clicked this video by accident or this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, it is great to see you again. This is MisterStubstep, and today I'm going to be opening up a few envelopes and then putting them into binders and going over some talking points that I have here to the side. So this will be, back to kind of my normal style of videos. I will have more openings in the future to include one of these Pokemon Center Paldean Fates Elite Trainer boxes, which I've heard the hits in these are pretty good. Obviously, it's all random, but it's nice for people to have stories and everything about the products. So I will be opening up one of those, keeping one sealed, similar to the regular Elite Trainer boxes. And we have 3 envelopes to open up today, so let's get started with this first one. All right, we have some stickies on the back and then a Lucario on the front. This is from the Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box, and let's see what cards we have in this sleeve. We have a reverse hollow nest ball, which this might even be over $1, to be honest with you. It is a essential card within the TCG for the standard play at the moment. And yeah, I needed it for my Scarlet and Violet base set. And if you have been watching my videos and you have a good memory, you'll probably know that this is a duplicate. I accidentally ordered this promo twice for some reason, so I'll probably just put this right back on my store. And I'm sure someone will eventually buy it because, these promos don't sell super quickly, but there's a lot of people like me that are trying to collect all the promos. So there's that. Now we'll get into the second envelope. All right, and it looks like we have the blister pack promos from Paldea Evolved, which is really nice. I don't know why I put these off so long forgetting. I don't open up 3 packs anymore, but this is quite nice. We got Scarlet and Violet 64 by TZito, the Arctibax. Baxcalibur and Chien-Pao isn't the most popular deck anymore, but some people still play it. And we have the Titan, which is really nice. 4 retreat cost, got that Avalanche, and yeah. Love adding promos to the promo binder. And we have one more envelope. Hopefully this is the best one. All right, starting to see more and more of these, and they're actually very convenient and nice and handy for sending good stacks of cards. Oh, we're starting out with a beautiful card on the front. Oh, geez, all of these are kind of exposed, so I'm going to do it like this. We have the Ortega from Obsidian Flame. So I haven't officially started well, I guess as soon as I opened up a pack, I was trying to complete a set. But I haven't I haven't bought a binder for Obsidian Flames or anything like that. But I was making some orders, and I try to get as many cards from the same seller as possible to avoid paying more shipping fees. And a lot of times on TCGPlayer, they'll have a threshold of $5 or $25 or $50. And if you get over that threshold, then it becomes free shipping. So try to find cards that I'm missing, and I eventually want to complete Obsidian Flames, and Ortega is a card that I'm missing. So we have the Gyarados EX. I'm pretty sure this is the last regular EX that I needed from Scarlet and Violet base. And you have to be honest, that is a beautiful looking card. I know a lot of people don't like the terrestrialized hats and all that stuff, but I think it looks really cool on this card. It almost looks like a better version of some of the XY EX cards. Oh, there's some cranks and damage there. Be curious at what I ordered that at. And then we have the Skeledirge EX, and this is from Paldea Evolved, and that classic line going right down the middle. Gotta love it. Skeledirge is a beefy Pokemon, though. That burning voice. 340 hit points. My goodness. All right, so not a ton of cards, but we have multiple binders that we need to put these away in, and we'll have plenty of binder time together to go over the talking points. So let's get right to it. All right, and getting right into binder time, we are starting out with, we only have 3 binders to go through, even though we have a handful of sets. But I have my work in progress binder over there, which that'll be the first time I've revealed it on this channel besides my massive full-on collection videos, so that'll be kind of exciting. But we're starting out with Scarlet and Violet base, but please let me know how you've been. Let me know how your Paldean Fates hits are going and all that stuff. My next video should be a Paldean Fates opening, and then I'll probably do some type of set video, and then more mail order / binder time, and then kind of keep going with that pattern. I don't want to do an opening every single video because sometimes the openings are my least popular videos. So I want to try to mix it up a little bit, but I do want to open up some Paldean Fates because I think it's kind of exciting. But this beautiful Magikarp has finally evolved into a Gyarados EX. Very nice. With my most recent order, I should be filling in all of the front-loaded cards from this set. But yeah, let me know how you've been. This past Friday, went out for dinner, kind of impulsively. Normally we'll plan a nice dinner somewhere, but kind of just went last minute. We ended up going to a place that does happy hour nearby, a Mexican spot, and got fajitas. It's one of our favorite go-to things to share. So here's the thing. A lot of times you go out to a restaurant, if you're going on a date or, just 2 of you, and you both get entrees, you both get drinks, maybe you share an appetizer, maybe dessert. It ends up like costing a lot. I'm saying you can still have all those courses, but just get one entree to kind of share. At least from what I've seen in the South and now on the West Coast, like portions are always probably slightly too big. When I'm comparing it to like, you know, when I was in Europe or other places, the portions were a little bit smaller and reasonable for like one person. Here the portions are so big, and obviously being in West LA, Marina del Rey, it can be really expensive. And so if you just share something like fajitas, now fajitas, don't get me wrong, are pretty expensive, but it's still cheaper than paying for 2 entrees, because fajitas, I think the fajitas were less than 30, in between 20 and $30, depending on what type of meat you got. And most entrees are going to range from $10 to $30, and you're getting 2 of those, then you're either matching it or going over. So always worthwhile. And fajitas are freaking amazing. There's always the spectacle of them, you know, being sizzling as they're coming out. I think we got steak fajitas this time, and they make for decent leftovers too, because all of this stuff has just been marinating for so long. So let me know if you like fajitas or what your go-to at a Mexican restaurant is. I pretty much love all Mexican food. A lot of it's the same stuff, just put in different combinations. And you know what? I am a huge fan of that. So also, late last week, we went on a happy hour with a few coworkers, which is really nice. And we actually have another one upcoming, so that'll be exciting. We got some new employees and all of that. So of course, got to show them a great time to start out. So this is actually my work in progress binder. So all the sets that I like, I just want them to be organized somewhere. So it's just a gigantic, I think a 4-inch binder. Obviously it has ring, prefer the D ring. I try to sleeve all the ultra rares and higher, or I guess double rares and higher now. And as soon as I'm ready for a master set, I take them out of here, and then, you know, this is just like their temporary space before I add them to the master set binders, if I ever add them to the master set binders. So these are just kind of temporary storage. But we did have a happy hour, went to one of the local places that we could walk to, and I forgot how strong their drinks were, because I just had 2 drinks, and it got me pretty messed up. But it was a good time. They had live music. It almost seemed like there was like a speed dating thing, because there was a bunch of older folk there. Everyone had name tags, and everyone was like kind of going around. Like, it could have been like some special networking event, but to me, like to us, it looked like some type of speed dating. Like the 3 of us were by far the youngest ones there. We're all in our late 20s, so it was interesting to say the least. But we had good food and good drinks, and it was very affordable because it was happy hour prices. And I feel like a lot of the older folk know where to go for cheap places. And a lot of times it's like earlier in the day, so those hours are when, because usually the young people will go out at later times and all that stuff. So there is that. And there is the Power World controversy. I think we've made it into City in Flames. Yeah, so Power World did come out. Let me know if you played it all. Let me know if you like it. I think it was Austin John Plays that described it as a game that it's not a very like well put together game, or it's not a very good game, but it's a really fun game. So I thought that was a good description of it. I haven't personally played it. I'm probably not going to play it because I just don't really play very many video games at the moment. And the last one that I played was the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, and then I need to get back to Super Mario RPG, that remake, actually, and finish that. But yeah, I don't have any... I mean, all I have is a Nintendo Switch right now, and I'm not planning on playing any PC games. I don't even have a PC that can run any games that are even worth playing at the moment. But let me know if you've played it, if you like it, what you think. Maybe you're completely, you know, abhorred at its creation and all that stuff. And yeah, let me know if you have any opinions, or you just don't care, kind of similar to me. But I saw it, thought it was interesting, and I looked into it for a little bit, and I was like, wow, that's neat. And then that was kind of it for my end. Also, I have, I don't know why I put this down as a talking point, but I put it down, so I'm going to talk about it. So, so for those of you that want to know, growing up, I was a hefty kid. My mom would always say that I was healthy, but looking back, I was on the huskier / overweight, obese side. And, you know, over the course of my life, things adjusted and everything, but I used to wear large t-shirts all the time. And then eventually I leaned out, you know, joining the military, actually having to run more than a mile, because I'm telling you, like PE, running a mile, that was like my worst nightmare. And now I actually kind of enjoy running. So definitely a change of mentality there. But when I started running, of course, I started slimming down naturally because my metabolism started going quicker. And I actually downgraded to medium size t-shirts. A lot of people will call them smedium because then they're really tight fitting and all that stuff. But I downgraded to medium. So, oh, yep, that is the double Zatu. So that will just go onto my TCGPlayer store. And now I'm going back to large. I don't know if I'm putting on more size. I've been monitoring my weight. I've been like slowly losing weight, but I guess And I recently learned that my torso is actually kind of long, so I'll have like medium t-shirts and then they'll shrink a little bit, which will be fine. But then if I raise my hands up, then my belly is showing. So I'm trying to avoid that. And then with work, I've been like trying to tuck in my shirt. So I've actually gone back to large t-shirts, which is kind of weird, like going full circle. So there was that. I was about to ask a really stupid question. I was going to be like, let me know what size t-shirt you wear. But, you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of a silly question. You know, it's like the classic YouTube thing to do. Like, oh, you know, comment down below what your favorite size t-shirt is or something. But, yeah. That was probably way longer than I should have talked about that. The Charlotte Regionals just, they finished up last weekend. I don't know why the video didn't get recommended to me. But it was a Charizard versus Giratina deck. And let me tell you, it was sloppy once again. There was mistakes made, penalties. But the prize cards in the games, like, it made for very interesting matches. I do appreciate those good matches. This is for the trading card game itself. And then also, currently, there's the Liverpool Regional, so I'm waiting for the finals on that to see how that ends up. And then I know Wolfie VGC, he's, like, a prominent, like, doubles VGC video game YouTuber for Pokemon, and he actually played in that tournament and played in the finals, so that was kind of neat to see him have some success as well. So that was cool to watch. So now comes the anime portion. So if you don't care anything about anime, My Hero Academia, and Solo Leveling, it was great to see you. I hope you have a great week, great day. This might be posting on Tuesday or Wednesday. I gave a lot of videos this previous week, so maybe I'll space this one out a little bit more. But truly wish you a great week. But we're getting into the anime portion. So I don't think there's anything. Oh, there's like a Pikachu there. So starting out with My Hero Academia, I've been through so much. I'm almost done with season 4. I have been binging this like crazy. I can't really watch it too much during the week, but on the weekends, like Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, I've been just trying to, you know, churn through these episodes because I do want to catch up for the new season coming out this year and all of that. Dang, that's such a cute freaking Pikachu, my goodness. But I've come a long way. I finished up the provisional exam where they get the provisional licenses. They all do those tests. There's the ball test, and then they have to save the people, and they get deductions throughout. And you get the license to where they can use their quirks through the guidance of like pros, but that they can use their quirks out to like help people and save people like legally, towards not going against the rules. So that was kind of cool. I did get to see the rematch of Bakugo and Midoriya, and that was, oh man. I've said this before, but My Hero Academia's got me teary-eyed 5 times now. I haven't cried yet, but it's gotten me teary-eyed a handful of times. And the Midoriya versus Bakugo, that was an amazing fight. The feels there were just, oh man. And I love their relationship with All Might and all of that. It just appeals to my childhood. Just, you know, it's great. It's great. I love it. Great fight. Love seeing them kind of power each other up and all that stuff. You know, this could have been what Naruto and Sasuke could have been, but, you know, Sasuke went and wanted that cursed energy or the curse mark, all that stuff. Also, we met the Wind User. So it's the one guy from the other school that's a really good school. I think they're on the west side. And, what is it? West side like that? I don't know what I'm doing. But on the west side, and uses wind, and it's actually kind of sick the way that he uses it, but he gets caught up with a few things, so a few of them end up failing or whatever. But he was kind of a cool character, very emotional and all that, or not emotional, just very lively, just put it that way. Also meeting the big 3, so you meet the guy that looks like Astro Man or Astro Boy or whatever, the guy that's like really anxious, and then the one girl that's like, you know, just a bubbly girl. And they're like the big 3, like the upperclassmen and all that stuff. And they were interesting characters to meet. And then his quirk of being able to like permeation, just phase through everything and all that stuff. The fact that he just beat everybody down like easily, that was pretty awesome. And with that, I ended up finishing season 3. So I actually can't remember exactly how season 3 finished. I think it finished with them like moving to the dorms maybe. And now I'm into season 4. And so we meet Overdrive, which I think out of all the powers that we've met so far, I feel like his quirk was the most overpowered. Maybe besides like the creation one or something like that. But his just seems so overpowered for what he can do with it. And he's kind of creepy, but I will admit My Hero Academia is pretty good about having villains. Like, they have some pretty good villains. You meet Eri, and they start their work studies or like internships with different agencies. So like a select few of the classmates all go to different work studies and everything, which I thought was really cool. I'm glad they're giving like screen time to some certain characters. It makes me wonder if at the time that this was being made, if whichever characters were the most popular, those are the ones that they chose. Obviously, they're going to include the main character and then, you know, the main girl character. But the other characters that they chose, I'm curious at how they determine that, because some of the other really popular characters were just kind of pushed to the side during this time. But you meet Eri, which is like a little girl that they're needing to save, and then of course Midoriya, and then the upperclassmen, they feel a bunch of regret from it and all that stuff, just with their nature and wanting to save people, and they couldn't save her at that time. So they eventually invade the hideout. The invasion of the hideout was really cool. I feel like it was kind of dragged out in some portions, but you can see a lot of cool fights, and you get to see the upperclassman. I think he's like Midoi or something like that. I can't remember his first name, but Tagato or something like that. The guy that can permeate, he goes against Overdrive, and that fight was awesome, because you think Overdrive is crazy, but then just you see how hard this kid has worked to get where he's at with his quirk, because it seems like it's a very hard quirk to master. So very impressive fight. Things end up happening. He gets shot, and then he gets put in a spot where he needs help. And of course, the main character, Midoriya, comes in, and oh my gosh, that fight was great. The fact that Eri's power is being able to reverse time, so then Deku can constantly go all out, breaking his entire body down as she regenerates him. I was like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So there was like some One Punch Man references, and I feel like there's a lot of references to a lot of different anime in the show, which is kind of funny. I mean, obviously they're probably just paying homage because they were inspired by those, you know, previous shonens and all that stuff. But overall, almost done with season 4 now. They're now getting into like the school festival where they're gonna like be doing the music and everything. So that's kind of where I'm at now. It's slowing down. So hopefully I can finish up season 4 and then get through season 5, season 6, and then be ready for season 7. So loving My Hero Academia. You know, there's things here and there, but I've been really loving. Oh, and we also met Night Eye, which was, you know, one of All Might's previous, his sidekick, and he can like see the future. So that was kind of interesting interactions there too. But obviously, you know, if you've seen the show, you know what happens to him. Solo leveling. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Solo Leveling, I talked about it last time, but seriously, I watched the most recent episode, and he's in a dungeon, and he ends up beating the dungeon and like leveling up and getting stronger, and I just love the concept behind it. I actually really like the main character, and now he's starting to get to the point where he's like kind of strong. So it's really exciting. I'm excited to see how this goes. I know my brother-in-law, he's read all of it, so, and he says it's good, and he's been watching it, and he's excited about it too. So that's one of my favorite things, if you're like watching the same show with somebody and you guys can both kind of geek out at the same time. So that is great. Let me know, once again, how your pull rates have been, what you're watching, what you're doing. If you're getting ready for, I think, the Chiefs versus Ravens game already ended, and I think the Lions are actively playing right now against the 49ers. But let me know what you have going on, and that's pretty much all I have for this video. Next one should be a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box Paldean Fates opening, and then probably some type of set video, and then probably another one of these videos, and kind of rinse and repeat. So thank you guys so much once again for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.